Well, happy flippin' New Year, everybody, and welcome to, in quotations, episode 1 of the ForbiddenCast. This is technically, officially, the episode 1. I'll get to in a minute why I put those in quotations, or if you are already subscribed to this channel, and you know what I'm talking about and why this would be confusing. I'll get to that in a minute, because first I want to a word from our sponsors. No, I'm kidding. I'm not sponsored to do this yet. Wink wink, hopefully. I mean, I would like to do this for a job. It's cool. It would be a cool job. Just talking to a microphone alone in a room, sounding like a weirdo to your neighbors. But no, I hope everybody had a good holiday season. I had a really good Christmas this year. A little bit of a weird one. I thought I was going to be spending it alone, which, I mean, honestly, I think I would have been fine with. I mean, it's not, that makes me sound horrible, but I was lucky enough to go see my family for Christmas this year. My family as in, you know, not my whole extended family, but, you know, just my family as in, you know, my parents, my siblings and their significant others, and my girlfriend. Well, I mean, I live with my girlfriend, but she went up earlier to spend more time with her family because it's been a while since she's been home. I also got a burp, so that was one of those weird ones. That's one of those weird ones that like don't come out. It's just like you feel it go up your throat and then just gets stuck in the back and then just kind of like fades into nothing. That was weird. Yeah, it's going to be one of those podcasts. But no, yeah, I hope everybody, had a good Christmas, holiday season. And, and then here's to 2021 being better than 2020, which in all honesty, it's still the same plane of existence. So it's probably, I don't think it's going to get any worse. The only way I think it can get any worse is if they go into like like the entire planet goes into a full mandatory lockdown thing where like, you know, the whole army gets involved and it's like the only quote unquote essential workers who can go out during the day is, you know, army men and policemen who are like being like, nope, go back inside. And like not even like Walmart people can go out, or like grocery store people. So yeah, I think that would be fucking scary and horrifying, and I would not like that at all. Yeah, I don't think 2021 is going to get any worse, and I also don't think it's going to get any better compared to 2020. I think it's going to stay pretty much exactly the same. I don't want to use this word, but I mean, it's the best way I can sum it up because, I mean, I'm a stupid dum-dum, so I don't know really how to, you know, word properly, but I think in a sense they're gonna milk this thing for everything it is and will be, and just, and again, that sounds super like, oh god, here we go, guy with tinfoil hat. Oh, what, did you get your microchip? You know, I mean, I did go get tested before I went up to see my parents. Whether or not there's an actual microchip in it, I mean, who knows? Maybe the government's listening to me right now. So like, hi guys, how's it going? I mean, this is going to be on YouTube and other podcast platforms. So I mean, they can listen to me on there. So which, by the way, if I figure out how to put it up on podcast streaming services, yeah, go check me out on there. So thanks everybody, including government people listening to me anyways, because I got my microchip. I'm kidding, by the way. I don't think there's a microchip. It gets implanted into you whenever you get your COVID test. But that is pretty funny that people are scared of that, and that is a theory. What the fuck was I even talking about? Jesus. Wow. I started talking about microchips and I completely lost my mind. See, hey, look at that. You know, they are controlling my brain. There is a microchip. Because they're making me forget No, what the fuck was I actually talking about? I guess I can go back and listen. No, because then I'd have to pause it. So no, I can't go back and listen to it until after I'm done with this. Shit. I forget. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, no, I don't think 2021 is gonna be that much different than 2020. And yeah, that's why I said I think they're gonna milk this. And what I mean by that is like social distancing, is still gonna be in high demand. I mean, and rightfully so, because like, I mean, obviously it's like the idea with all of this is to flatten the curve, to get rid of the virus. But I mean, it's not gonna, I mean, I think anyways, I could be 100% wrong. I probably am. I am. I'm going to say it right now. I am wrong. But there's no way of getting rid of the virus. Even with a vaccine. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Oh no. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, here it comes. Ah, gross. I'm getting a lot of acid reflux. Ew. I mean, I did have a green tea with some honey and not ginger. Actually, ginger would have been good with that. Ooh, should have done that. Fuck. Oh, well, next time. But no, I don't think there is a proper way to get rid of the virus, of the coronavirus, COVID-19. I don't know. So I don't know how long they're gonna push the wearing, and who knows, maybe wearing a mask is gonna be a thing that's just here to stay now, because I mean there's gonna be another virus coming out at some point in history. There's gonna be another sort of form of disease that has mutated for something else and is gonna come back and cause some havoc. I mean, it might be in 100 years from now, it might be in 1,000 years from now, but there's always going to be something. Things are constantly changing within our bodies, within society, everything. But yeah, I mean, I don't mean to be a downer, but I mean, for the people who are thinking like, by the end of 2021, because of the vaccine, we're not going to have to wear masks. We can party again. Things are going to go back to normal. I don't think so. I personally do not think so. I don't think that's going to happen. I do not think that is going to happen even a little bit. I think that things are still going to be, you're going to have to wear your mask. You're going to have to, there won't be more than, a certain amount of people within a household or even in the same property or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hopeful and just like everybody else, because it would be nice to, not have to go to work wearing a fucking mask. Because, I mean, I'm not an anti-masker because, I mean, if the mask actually does prevent anybody from getting sick, and potentially helping me from getting sick, then yes, I'm gonna wear it, because I mean, obviously I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to get anybody else sick. So I mean, I don't know the science behind masks. I've heard a lot of them, both sides, that like, yes, they do help, and yes, they don't help. And I've heard the things that was like, well, in the mask, it traps all the bacteria, and then you're going to be breathing it in, and all that bullshit. I guess I shouldn't say bullshit, because I mean, I don't fucking know, because I'm not a fucking scientist. But guess what? I'm just going to follow the rules, because I don't want to be one of those fucking assholes walking around with a fucking mask on and looking like a dumbass, because that's the thing. You might get butthurt. If you're listening to this and you're an anti-mask and you're not wearing your mask and you're getting butthurt from this, that's understandable. But like, I mean, I don't know. Like, don't be a sheep. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't trust the government. I don't like the government. I don't know why I don't like the government. I get told. I mean, even then, I don't get told to not like the government. There's just something about people in suits that just like rub me the wrong way. That's just like, you want something from me. As soon as I see someone in a suit, that's why I fucking hate suits, because it's just, I think of like lawyers cheating on their wives, and people who are like, hey, I'm your best friend, but then I'm gonna stab you in the back 5 seconds later. I mean, it's probably just because of the way that like television and the entertainment industry portrays people in suits. That's just how I picture people in suits constantly. As soon as I see a suit, that's what I think is like, oh, okay, this guy's cheating on his wife, and is a fucking liar. And it's probably horrible that I think that way, because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of nice people in suits, but sorry if you wear a suit, but that's what I think. I like ties. Ties are cool. Bow ties are fucking sick. I can get down with a bow tie, but like a full on suit, like with the blazer and everything, you got your slick back hair and you're fucking got a flicking a nickel and chewing on a toothpick. I see you and I'm just like, man. I guess I just described a mobster like a 19 fucking what year would that be? Like a 1920s mobster, like a gangster. Like the mafia dudes where it's just like, hey buddy, I don't know. I'm trying to do a voice. I can't do a voice. I like doing voices, but I can't do them well. I don't know. I lost track of what I'm talking about completely. I started talking about mobsters, but essentially, yeah. Just please, no one wants to wear them. Like, I fucking don't want to wear a mask. I fucking don't want to do that at all. It's fucking annoying. You go into the store and like, fuck, I don't have my mask on. It feels weird to get told like, no, you can't come into a store without a mask. But I mean, at the same time too, it's like, there is a really good argument. It's like, oh, you can't go into a store without a shirt or shoes on. Like the no shirt, no shoes, no pants, no entry. It's like, now add mask to that. It's just like, it's the same idea, I guess. I don't know. I've heard that argument, and it's like, yeah, I guess so. I guess. I mean, it makes kind of sense. I mean, yeah, I'm not for masks, but I'm not gonna fight it either, because I mean, there's no sense of fighting it because you just look like a fucking stupid idiot. But anyways, I guess it's been 12 minutes now, almost 13 minutes, and I've talked about essentially nothing. I want to go into why I put officially episode 1 of the ForbiddenCast in quotations, because I mean, this episode, again, quote unquote episode 1, and I'm already just talking about, but okay, actually, before I get into that, how the fuck has wearing a mask, like, why does everything, because of the media, it's totally because of the media, like, what I mean by media is, news stations and whatnot, why does everything have to turn into a fucking political debate? Like, how is, like, it's fucking stupid. I hate that. I hate news stations. I hate all of that shit. I fucking hate it so much. Anyways, why? Yeah, backpedaling a little bit. Why is this in quotations? Why is episode 1 in quotations? Very good question. So, I guess we're gonna find out the history of the ForbiddenCast. So, as some of you, or hopefully many of you know, I have a band called Forbidden Messiah. And in the very early days of the band's lifespan, the original... Sorry, I got distracted because my cat is trying to enter my room by pulling on the door. But no, the original bass player for the band, named Mark Ireland, he was listening to a lot of podcasts, I think, and he came up to me with the idea of doing a podcast for our band, basically having all members of the band gather into a room and just hang out and just have it record and talk about, music and gear and all that kind of stuff. My cat really wants in here. I don't know if that's picking up into the microphone, when he really wants to get in here, and I want to let him in, but the thing is there's wires everywhere, and you know how cats are with like string and shit, so he's just gonna fucking want to play with everything. So I guess I'm gonna, hopefully he stops it soon. Yeah, cool. Anyway. Yeah, so he essentially, yeah, all the band members, so like the three of us, so there's me, there's Mark, the bass player, and then there's Nolan, the drummer. Just the three of us getting into a room together, pressing record on whatever recording device that we had. At the time was just my phone with the voice recorder, and yeah, just record a podcast to hopefully promote the band and to get people to know us better and like that. And I thought it was a really cool fucking idea. So we actually did record one episode. Unfortunately, we never released it to the public. I'm gonna burp again. Oh no! And there's the cat being a shithead. Wow, that just really shows you what kind of podcast this is. Not a good one. But yeah, so we did record a podcast, and it was just, yeah, it was actually really funny. I still have it on my phone because I still got the same fucking like almost 5-year-old phone now. And I listen to it occasionally, and it's fucking, yeah, it's pretty funny. Mark's a really funny guy. If anybody wants to check him out, if you're interested, unfortunately, Mark, Nolan, and I, we all went our separate ways, obviously, because the implications of former. But we don't communicate too much anymore. Occasionally, Mark and I will occasionally text each other, But yeah. But if you want to go. If you're interested in what Mark's like, he's a super, super funny guy, and he actually streams on Twitch. So if you want to check him out, check out his stuff, go check him out on Twitch at, I think, I'm not on Twitch, but I'm pretty sure his Twitch is Ireland Anthrax, all one word. Like his last name, Ireland, and Anthrax, the band, but all one word. I'm pretty sure that's what his Twitch name is. But yeah, please, if you're interested, go check him out. I know Mark will easily make you laugh. Yeah. And then the second time I tried to revive the ForbiddenCast was with my good buddy Lucas, because we had moved down to about an hour and a half away to 2 hours away from my hometown to a town called North Bay, Ontario, Canada. We moved there together in a shitty house apartment, so you just basically rent out a room of a house, and then you have to share a bathroom and a kitchen and like other living spaces with ideally people but in my case was with a fucking complete stranger who was a total fucking dickhead. I did not like living with him at all. Not Lucas. Not Lucas. I liked living with Lucas. Living with Lucas was really nice. It was fun. We got to hang out a lot, shoot the shit every once in a while, rant about stuff together. But no, I'm talking about the complete stranger. That was really not fun. And he was the reason why I eventually was like, okay, I can't fucking do this anymore. Adios. Strangely enough, he actually left before I left, but I was just like, nah, I already made up my mind. This sucks. And my girlfriend was moving soon to go to school, so I was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna move in with my girlfriend, in a bigger city anyways. So it's like, yeah, fuck this. And plus, I wasn't, unfortunately, making enough money at the job I was at, because I was working at Sobeys. I really liked the job there. I really, really, really liked the job at Sobeys. I was one of the butchers there. I mostly did clean up at the end of the night, like a good old 4 to 8, good old 4-hour shift. But I also did the carts and like the store maintenance or whatever. Not like fixing shit, but like going around like pushing dirt around and cleaning shit and wiping handles and whatnot. And I also was in the seafood department. I met a really, really cool guy named Larry there. I mean, everybody at that store was really cool. I liked the gang over at that Sobeys quite a bit. But unfortunately I wasn't getting enough hours to be able to survive. I was just always barely making enough money to pay for my car and insurance, and then my rent. So yeah, that was super stressful. And then having living with the dickhead on the same floor was extra stressful. And plus, I was away from my girlfriend, and again too, that was stressful. Just in the sense it was just like, I missing her and all that fucking emotional bullshit. Yeah. So eventually I was just like, okay, enough of this. And then, because Lucas and I actually started up that podcast, and we actually were releasing episodes. So we got up to 6 episodes, I think. Which just, we set up my camera. Well, not my camera, but my phone, which has a camera on it. Same phone that recorded the very first version of the podcast. And then I would just add the little intro and outro with the little fade in with us talking and whatnot. And then, we did 6 episodes of that. I found like the later episodes, once that we started getting more comfortable with it. I mean, Lucas, said that he was always comfortable, but I feel like he loosened up more, and he was, being more of his like actual self, in the later episodes. Whereas like in the first episodes, it was really, really just kind of like awkward and weird and really kind of honestly boring. So after I moved in and I moved with my girlfriend, like obviously I don't have just Lucas at my disposal anymore. But I wanted to keep this podcast going. So this is my 3rd attempt at actually trying to get this podcast out there. And I think because of this podcast, and the extra little videos that I was doing on my YouTube, it was actually, some stuff was actually starting to gain traction. So that's really cool. So that's why I want to get this podcast started up again. And I started listening to, it took me a while to realize that like, I can just do this podcast alone. It is nicer doing it with a co-host, because you have someone to bounce ideas off with, instead of just talking to yourself into a microphone, looking at something and, making sure your computer doesn't go into sleep mode while you're fucking recording. So shaking a mouse every 5 seconds just to make sure that shit doesn't fuck up. But yeah. So now we've come down to this iteration of the podcast. So from the idea of essentially having the band Forbidden Messiah sit in a room talking about their gear, talking about music, talking about their influences, talking about stories from the past, just hanging out, having a good time, to 2 dudes essentially just hanging out, talking about stuff, to now just a 1 dude recording, which hopefully I will be able to get guests on, and I'm hoping by the end of this month, depending on how strict the lockdown is, maybe we might even do just like a phone call, and I might record that. I'm not 100% sure, but it would be really cool to get a guest on, because I want to try to at least get either a reoccurring guest or a new guest every month, and a guest, what I mean by a guest is just someone besides me. So I mean, I don't know if any of my friends would be up to it, to doing it, but I mean, even that, because I mean, I feel like everybody has like a story to tell, either just being, fun, goofy shit, or it just being honestly just, everybody's got a story to tell. Like every life is its own story. Every life is its own book, essentially. The way I like to look at it, like even if it's a boring book, and I'm not interested, it's probably still interesting to someone. Putting these chapters down, I think is really cool. But yeah, so this episode is already 24 minutes. I hope this episode this version of this episode, anyways, is going to be a lot more entertaining than the one I just recorded previously, literally 5 minutes before this, because I this is on top of this being the third time the podcast is being recreated. This is also the probably honestly close to being 10th time that I tried to record this first fucking episode, because originally I wanted this podcast to be out on the first Friday of December, but I realized once I recorded the episodes, because I actually had recorded 2 episodes that I felt like were good. The only thing that sucks is that I had nothing prepped. I am still using the same logo for now. Hopefully I will be able to make a new logo eventually, and I think it would be really cool to get like a little animator to do, well, not a little animator, but just like an animator, pay off an animator to make like a little for the YouTube version of this anyways, just make like a little loop of like, kind of like the Super Mega podcast, if anybody, the Super Mega Cast or whatever, however you want to say it, if anybody knows that or has listened to that, like they're on the YouTube version, it's really cool because they have the intro come up, it's got a little flashy with the music, and then it goes into this cool like little animation where it's just like basically their cartoon selves just sitting at a table, but then there's like just like a fish tank in the back where there's like bubbles that like rise and stuff like that. They got a lava lamp going on that like actually does like the lava lamp animation, and then they occasionally the characters will like blink, and like the one host, Ryan McGee, he smokes, so there's like a little ashtray with like a cigarette in it, and it's like there's like smoke coming up. And it's really cool. I love it a lot. And I think it would be really cool to get like an animator to create something similar to that, where it's just like, I don't know, me sitting like in my room with like my headphones on, just kind of like chilled out in front of the microphone, and with like, a guitar in my hand, and then like a coffee sitting on my desk or something like that, and just like, have me just like kind of like just sitting there smiling and like blinking, and I do have a lava lamp, so like maybe kind of steal that idea from Super Mega with like the lava lamp going. I think that'd be really cool, just like a little loop. But yeah, hopefully eventually, maybe in the future. I mean, I still have to pay for the album art for the debut Forbidden Messiah album, which wink wink, that will be hopefully coming out next month. I'm hoping. I don't know if it will be for sure, but I really want it to be out soon, because everybody involved worked really hard on it. I think we did a really, really good job, and it sounds really, really fucking cool, and I'm really excited for it to be released for everybody to hear. But yeah, where are we at? 28 minutes, almost 29. I think that'll be it for this episode. I'm going to cut it a little short. I'm going to try to keep these episodes from like a half hour to 45 minutes to sometimes 25 minutes. And yeah, every episode, hopefully I'll talk about something different. I'm also going to try to release one of these episodes per Friday of every week, so I'm gonna try to do that. Whether or not I'm gonna be able to achieve that, I mean, it's not that hard, I mean, for people listening to this, it's like, is it really that hard to sit in a chair, talk into a microphone, press record? Yes, to be entertaining, because I had like 3 other recordings of just this one session, and I've restarted them all, and I think I'm going to stick with this one, because I think this one's been the most interesting and not boring ones. So, to be entertaining, yes, it is challenging. Yes, indeed it is. More challenging than one would think. You'd think it's just like, oh, you press record, you just talk, it's super easy, but no. Also, my throat is really drying out. I had a green tea with some honey and some lemon. And it was really nice. Also, I really hope the audio is good. I was listening back on the other ones that I was originally going to use, and I'm actually really proud of the audio that I'm getting. It's making my voice sound nice and smooth, like a buttermilk biscuit. Buttermilk biscuit. Yeah, do you like that? Do you like it when I'm nice and talking low? You can hear the bass in my voice. Hopefully it doesn't sound like shit now. I've never tried talking that low, but I think this sounds good. But also, for everybody, if anybody has questions for me and you are dying to know, it can be literally anything. It doesn't have to be music related. It can be video game related. It can be food related. It can be anything. Go ahead and message me. Well, comment on the video. If you're listening to this on streaming services such as like Apple Podcasts and Spotify, which I hope I'm going to be able to figure out how to get up onto those platforms. If you're listening to that and you want to have a question for me, either one, find me on YouTube. It's just literally my name, Brandon Cambridge, and then you can find this episode, and then and just write your comment, or you can message me on Instagram, just like DM me or private message me or whatever on Instagram at Brandon C Music, I think is what my Instagram is. I should probably know my own Instagram. Oh no, I don't have my phone with me either. I have it charging somewhere else. Shit. It will be in the link to the description. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. If I don't get back to you right away, it's because it's not like I have my own personal account and then I have that account with like my actual like social media account. So it's like I also don't post on there very often. Oopsies. If you do have a question for me, feel free to do either one of those and I will be happy to answer them for you. And it would be really cool to have like a little segment at the end of every episode saying that. And there's also another segment that I want to do before this episode gets too long, because I was going to cut it like almost 3 minutes ago, but I decided to talk instead. I want to do a music recommendation at the end of every episode. And right now, the music that I've been listening to most recently is a brand new band that I just discovered thanks to David Sanchez of the band Havoc. He, I'm pretty sure, mixed and mastered, I think he did both of those, a album for a band called La Special. La Special being all one word, so like L-E and then special, but all one word. And their song Tonberry, T-O-N Berry, like B-E-R-R-Y, I believe, but all smushed together just like their band name. Super cool song. I am digging that a lot, as well as Machine Elf, and I forget what the other one's called. Something Disillusion. Yeah, something like that. But it's killer album. Go listen to Ancient Homies. Really, really cool album. Go check out Tonberry. It's a almost 8-minute long instrumental. It like has Rush influences. It's got like heavier parts. It's like very proggy. Really, really cool. They got like a bunch of cool genres, into one genre. It's the La Special genre. You can say that La Special is definitely a special. Really dig their music. I would highly recommend checking that out. But I think this is the last time I'm going to say this. But oh fuck! I almost forgot that. Jesus. Thank you so much. If you've actually listened all the way through this, why would you do that? But thank you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it didn't come off as too preachy on the first official episode. In the beginning, they were talking about masks and stuff like that. And if you are an anti-masker, I still hope you enjoyed this. But understand that, if we can, do everything we can to hopefully get back to the way things were, which again, I don't think ever will be, officially back to the way things were. Just do what they say. You're not being a sheep. And you know what? Sheep are happy. I'm not saying give in, but like, just stop. Please. Anyways, this episode's going far too long. So thank you so much, everybody. Again, I will see you in the next episode next Friday. Hopefully I don't forget. I shouldn't. Fingers crossed. Bye, everybody. I love you.